Said, young man, take a walk up the street. There's a place there called the Wild.
This morning with a little bit of talent. So please help me welcome to the stage Alyssa Hanstein from the Jerome FFA chapter. That was awesome. All right, let's give one more big round of round of applause to Alyssa.
I knew that I would not. I feel good.
All right.
I knew that I
So,
would not.
we've had a lot of birthdays this week. We have one more. The Genesee FFA chapter would like to wish a happy birthday to Jaden Matter. So we're going to go ahead and sing to him. Ready? Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jaden. Happy birthday to you.
Woo! Happy birthday! All right,
right, guys, so last night we had a pretty spectacular dance, and we were really impressed by how many cool dance moves we saw out there, and you guys have been getting down to Runaway all week, but some of our state officers from Idaho had the opportunity to travel to Oregon for our convention last week, and they learned a little dance we do there called the official dress dance. So we're going to teach that to you guys real quick, if everybody could stand up.
I know that I can't do no wrong.
All right, so here's how it goes. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put on our nylons. So I know we don't all wear nylons, but just pretend we're going to start with our right leg. And Jensen, how does it look to put on your nylons? Just shimmy up your nylons. And then you do your left leg. All right, so once we got our nylons on, we're going to move on to our skirt. For our skirt, we're going to be going like this. Or you can pull up your pants. Just pulling up your skirt and your pants. Then once we get those on, we're going to move on to our shoes. We're going to put on our shoes. You're going to go heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Switch to your left. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Then you're going to show them off. You're just going to do a little, we call it a little shuffle to the right. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then last thing we're going to, second last thing we're going to do is put on our jackets. So it's going to go right arm, left arm, zip it up. Right arm, left arm, zip it up. And then we're just going to celebrate, show off our official dress dance, freestyle, spin in a circle, and get ready to do it again. So if we could get our music ready, I know that was a quick explanation, but just follow along the best you can. We're ready for the Disney Mambo number 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 5. One, two, three, four, five. Everybody in the car, so come on, let's ride to the candy store around the corner. The boys say they want some ice cream, but I really don't wanna. Let's dance till we all fall down. We're really party hard to the mambo sound. I like Minnie, Goofy, Pluto, and Daisy. And as I continue, the gang is going crazy. So what can I do? I really beg you, my lord. To me, dancing is just like sport. Anything fly is all good. Let me jump it. Descend the trumpet. A little bit of Minnie in my life. A little bit of Mickey by her side. A little bit of Donald's all I need. A little bit of Daisy's what I see. A little bit of Pluto in the sun. Huey, Louie, Louie, can't go wrong. A little bit of Goofy, everyone. A little bit of him makes life so fun. Mambo number 5. Jump up and down and move it all around. Shake your head to the sound. Put your hands on the ground. Take one step left and one step right. One to the front and one to the side. Clap your hands once and clap your hands twice. And if it looks like this, then you're doing it right. A little bit of Minnie in my life. A little bit of Mickey by her side. A little bit of Donald.
You guys did awesome with that.
We're going to call that good, guys.
Is what I see. A little bit of Pluto in the sun.
All right, that's good. Awesome, thank you. Thank you guys for getting warmed up and ready to go. It's time to really get rolling on this pre-session, which means I need my A volunteers up here. A volunteers.
Yeah.
If you were an A volunteer, all right, so here we go. What's going to happen is each of our volunteers are going to be given a pair of nylons with a wonderful orange in the bottom. They're going to place these nylons on their head, and each will be in charge in knocking over their very own pyramid of cups. Whoever gets their pyramid fully knocked over first wins. Maybe. They're looking pretty stylish. All right, if our visiting state officers will escort each participant to their pyramid. All right, you should start about 3 feet back from your pyramid, 3 feet back.
Now, before you begin, go ahead. Don't knock them over yet, but get a feel for how you're going to do this, all right? Get a vibe, get a vibe. Good. We're getting there.
Let's give them some encouragement.
Now, very important, you lovely individuals, you cannot use your hands in any way, shape, or form. So they either go in your pockets or behind your back. All right. Are you guys ready for this challenge?
Let's give them a countdown. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Wow. That was pretty solid, pretty solid. But I think that was just a little bit too easy. So what we're gonna do now is our volunteers come on over here. That was just your practice round. We're gonna get these cups out of the way. Here's what's going to happen next. We can get the cups stacked up out of the way. We're going to have our 4 volunteers come to the middle in a moment, and they're going to have a competition to see who can pull off the other person's nylons first. To do this, you're going to try to wrap your orange around somebody else's and pull off their nylons. Last nylon orange combination standing wins. Get ready. Suit up. Let's see your game faces. All right, let's get you guys over here in the middle. Get ready for battle. All right, before we have the showdown, let's go ahead and meet our participants. Let's have you say your name and your chapter.
Derek Bear from Troy FFA.
Amanda Wright from Troy FFA. Elizabeth Villa from Parma FFA.
Brock Godfrey from Rigby.
4 very lovely individuals, no doubt. So if you guys want to go ahead, take 2 steps away from everybody next to you. When the time starts, you may pick any participant to battle, but whoever is left standing with their nylons and orange intact is our winner today. All right, let's give them another countdown. Let's start from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down goes Parma. Let's give Parma a round of applause for participating. Oh, down goes Troy! All right, we have our champion right here. Let's remind us of your name, your chapter one final time.
Brock Godfrey from Rigby.
All right, let's give him a round of applause. Big thank you to all 4 of those individuals. All right, what we need next is my bee volunteers, Oh, we lost his 2. All right, you guys can line up right here. Face the crowd. Line up, face the crowd. All right, so if you have ever seen or heard of Fear Factor, let me hear you. All right, so we're a little familiar with it. What's going to happen is we are going to blindfold each of our wonderful volunteers. Then they will each be handed an item. They will have 2 guesses to figure out what this item is. Whoever guesses correctly wins. like to make noise in the crowd, but let's make sure as our participants are trying to guess what this item is, we don't cheat and yell out the answer because no one likes a cheater.
Can you see anything?
All right, Jensen, remember, don't yell out the answer. Jensen, you want to show our crowd what we have today for our volunteers? All right, let's get each of them.
Ew, gross.
All right, volunteers, as you get your item, you begin filling it, testing what you think it is. Let's make sure we don't eat these items. They have not been checked for food safety. All right, you guys are gonna have, Erica's messing with our participants. You guys are gonna have 1 minute. Go ahead, fill your item, move it around, see if you can figure out what it is and prepare for your guests. Let's give them 1 minute.
Hi, my name is Bob, and I approve this message.
I got the magic in me. Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold. Everybody knows I got the magic in me. When I hit the floor, the girls come
Explain how you feel about what you have in your hand there.
It's slimy. Kind of feels cool.
What are your thoughts?
I think it's a looped up gummy worm.
All right. What are your thoughts?
Me? Oh.
Yeah.
I think it's.
Oh, sorry, can't see me.
I
Yes.
think it's slime.
Okay. What are your vibes at the moment?
I think it's like slimy and weird. I think it's like a wet gummy worm.
Okay. Where are we at?
I think I'm going with the same thing. It feels like a gummy worm that someone awfully put in water, but.
All right, where are we at, sir?
I definitely think it's a wet gummy worm.
All right. All right.
So it sounds like we have a unanimous vibe for most of our contestants that we have a wet gummy worm. You are incorrect. These are all dead snakes we picked up off the road on our way in.
We found a little hatched set, so we just brought them for you.
Molly had a snake collection that went wrong.
I really like snakes. I'm
So-
a snake.
It's a bad SAE project.
You were close. Hopefully none of you have a fear of snake. That's why we didn't want you to eat it. But you can blindfold yourself now. Just kidding. It's a gummy worm. You're right. If you don't have food allergies, you can actually eat your gummy worm. It's just been in water. It's been sanitized, but up to you.
In clean water, too.
Clean
it's
water.
Not gross.
Fresh
Yes.
water. Yummy. All right, let's give our volunteers a round of applause. All right, you guys are being pretty quiet this morning, so we're gonna test and see how awake you guys are. Everybody up on your feet. All right, we've done this one before, but we're gonna do this half over here. You are blue. You guys are gold. We need to find the loudest side. Don't disappoint. Come on, Idaho, let's go. Ready, go. That was so awkward. Gold, not your turn. Just kidding. All right, good job, guys. We're going to do one final round. Get ready to be loud, as crazy as possible, and we're going to decide who's actually the winner of this. Each side will only get one turn, so muster up all your strength. Why are you guys sitting down? Everybody stand back up.
Get on
Come
your
on.
feet.
All right, get ready. 3, 2, 1, Who was it? We got a gold. Team gold! All right, guys, now that I know you're awake, we can take our seats, and let's get our C volunteers up here. All right, C volunteers, we're going to send you over there. C volunteers. All right, so we got our C volunteers up here, but we have a few surprise guests who are even going to be surprised to hear their own names. Jensen, you want to get the rest of them up here?
All right, we were given a nice little list of some advisors. So can we have Katie Mossman, Max Blitman, Dan Hikola, and Sam Hoffman?
Let's get them up here, guys.
Are you guys ready to bring the heat?
Let's get our advisors over here. All right. Up here. Like I said, we've been doing a lot of dancing here at our state leadership conference, but there's been some arguments amongst the visiting state officers of whether the members or the advisors are better dancers and bringing more energy. So we decided it's time to clear that up right now, and we're going to have a dance battle, members versus advisors. All right, so how this is going to work is we are going to play a song for 30 seconds for our members. Get groovy, show us your best moves. And then, of course, a 30-second clip for our advisors to get down, get groovy, and the crowd will help us decide the true winners. All right, let me hear you if you think the members are going to win this. It's all right, it's all right. What about our advisors? I think people are rooting for the advisors. All right, who wants to go first? All right, the members are up. Advisors, if you guys want to just step aside for a second, we're going to let the members go, get their music going. All right, looks like the advisors are ready to go. Let's hear that music for our advisors.
Did it again. I made you believe we're more than just friends. Oh baby, it might seem like a crush, but it doesn't mean that I'm serious.
All right, let's hear it for our advisors. All right, let's get both of our teams. Step up to the front of the stage, teams. All right, Idaho FFA, it's time to settle the debate of the conference and make our decision. Let's cheer loudest for the team that we think had the best moves here today. All right, let's hear it if you think it's our members. All right, let's hear it if you think it was our advisors. All right, Molly, we're going to turn it over to you for the official decision.
I'm not gonna lie, I was really rooting for these members because I just think they're super cool, but unfortunately today, I think they won just because, you know, they just have so much life ahead of them, and it's just, we just have to I'm totally kidding. You guys are the winners! Good work, though. You guys did awesome.
I'm dreaming of
All right, let's give all of our dancers a final round of applause.
I cry watching the days. Can't you see I'm
All right, guys. We warmed up today with the official dress dance. But for the final time, Idaho FFA at the State Leadership Conference, stand up and get ready for Runaway. If our dance battle members want to join us back on stage for this dance, they are welcome to. The dance battle members.
From London to Paris, from Berlin to Rome, you're searching for something, a place to call home. Been hiding your feelings, went out of control. Your destination's unknown. Tell me, how can it be, boy? You're still a runaway. You chase a dream from heaven above. Where in this world will you find a place to stay? Run away from love. How can it be, boy? You're still a runaway. You chase a dream from heaven above. Baby, where in this world will you find a place to stay? Run away from love. Run away from love. Run away. A new town, a new place, a knock on the door. You came as a stranger and entered the bar. The moment I saw you, I knew it for sure. You won't pack your bags anymore. Tell me, how can it be, boy? You're still a runaway. You chase a dream from heaven above. Where in this world will you find a place to stay? Run away from love. How can it be, boy? You're still a runaway. You chase a dream from heaven above. Baby, where in this world will you find a place to stay? Run away from love. Run away from love. Run away. I know you don't want to be a bother, though your love's still undiscovered. I want you to stay, boy, stop running away from love. Tell me, how can it be, boy? You're still a runaway. You chase a dream from heaven above. Where in this world will you find a place to stay? Run away from love. How can it be, boy? You're still a runaway. You chase a dream from heaven above. Baby, where in this world will you find a place to stay? Run away from love. Run away from love.
All right, thank you, Idaho FFA, for making pre-session so fun for us as the visiting state officers. You guys make me proud to come from Idaho, but it's time to get rowdy for our state officers one last time. Idaho FFA, get up and get crazy for your state officers!
Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? You can hear me? Well, that's good, because it's time. It's time for your final session of the 87th Idaho State Leadership Conference. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark. Guess what?
Idaho FFA, get loud, get proud. For the final time, your 2017-2018 Idaho FFA State Officer Team. Your state treasurer from the Weiser FFA chapter, Austin Thomason. Your state secretary from the Nampa FFA chapter, Sydney Anderson. Your vice president from Madison FFA, Randy Clements. And your state president from the Valley View FFA chapter, Lindsey Stowell.
The session hall will come to order. We are now holding the 6th and final session of the 87th Annual Idaho FFA State Leadership Conference. Mr. Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they're at their stations, and report back to you, Madam President. The Sentinel. Stationed by the door. Your duties there? Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the president in maintaining order.
The reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there?
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standings through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there?
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I am asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripen with wisdom. Mr. Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
And why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. Madam Secretary, will you call the roll of members?
Madam President, members and guests, I am pleased to announce that at this, the sixth and final session of the 87th Annual Idaho FFA State Leadership Conference, there are 1,697 members and guests present. Madam President.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this, the sixth and final session of the 87th Annual Idaho FFA State Leadership Conference duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matter. Please rise and remove cover as the national anthem is sang by Naya Griffin and Sophia Rosh.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the
First off, I would like to apologize for my terrible dance moves while we performed Runaway. Clearly, last year I was in interviews when we were learning that dance. But you guys looked awesome this morning. I have a question for you. How many dairymen does it take to change a light bulb? Well, one to bring the light bulb, and the other to screw it in. Ha ha ha. Thanks for the pity laughs. How many boys does it take to chair a state leadership conference session? 2, of course. Please help me in welcoming your state vice president, Randy Clements, and your state treasurer, Austin Thomason.
Oh, hey there, Randy. Long time no see. What are you doing here?
Hey, Austin, good to see you, man. I'm just thinking about all that I had to overcome through SLC every year. Our Madison FFA advisor, Mr. Wetzel, might as well have been a college professor. His hour-long lectures were meant to entertain, but instead, they put me to sleep.
I know, you're telling me. One time at the Weezer chapter, Mr. Nesbitt sat me down and made me study seed samples until I got every single one correct. But I bet I'm not the only one who had to overcome something to be here at SLC this week.
I hear the Rigby FFA members have to overcome emptying their piggy banks every time they're late to the bus. Mr. Godfrey charges a $5 late fee.
Over at Teton FFA. All right, we got a couple, that's so good. They have to overcome Mr. Ross getting lost, even in hotel parking lots. Bad navigation at its finest.
I hear the CUNA FFA members have to overcome Mr. Blackstock, referencing chickens more often than we reference overcome this week.
You know, Randy, it has been great seeing all of these Idaho FFA members overcome obstacles to be here at SLC this week. And we've got to keep it going. In this session, we will congratulate numerous FFA members for their hard work this week. We will thank those who have supported us. We will have the pleasure of listening to our state president, Lindsey Stowell, as she delivers her retiring address. And finally, we'll go down the road to retirement when we hear the Delegate Committee reports. Idaho FFA, get ready for this, the 6th and final session of the 87th Annual Idaho FFA State Leadership Conference.
Now please enjoy a video provided by this session's sponsor, Pacific Northwest Farmers Cooperative.
I'm a 4th generation farmer.
I'm 4th generation on this farm.
5th generation, my boys are the 6th generation.
We're in the Pacific Northwest, which is a glorious place to be a farmer.
P&W is a local co-op here in the Pacific Northwest.
I love the business model concept, locally controlled, locally owned.
You have the same people there that were there when my dad, was farming.
They're from the region, they know the area, they know us.
They got a great field staff.
I can say, hey, this doesn't look good to me, can you come and check it? And in 20 minutes, he could be out here.
There's so much to learn, and every day that I come out here, I just learn more and more and more.
It's important to have farm-to-fork relationship, and P&W is really kind of on the forefront of that.
Because people want to know where their food's coming from these days, and to make that transparency known is one step to making our products more successful in these markets.
Farming is always changing.
There's something new every day, every week, every year.
About 3 years ago, we built a big 110-car load-out rail car facility.
It was nice to see some progress done in this industry with something like that.
They bring the education back to the grower and the business connections.
And that's the thing that we don't have the ability to do as farmers, but we need somebody like P&W in the middle there to be able to find these niche places for our crops to go to.
These are family farms. This is a family-controlled co-op, and it's nice to see it keep going down that track.
Yes, it is still business, but we really care about their farms, and you come out there and you ask them how their families are doing.
It's just a wonderful lifestyle. Is it hard work? By all means, it's absolutely hard work. But the morals, the values, the work ethic you can instill in your kids, and the meaning of family and the family farm. It takes everybody working together for one common goal.
Everybody in our family pitches in.
It's a great atmosphere to be in. I love it. It's doing what I want to do, working with my brother, working with our family.
If you could get paid in passion and in pride out here, you would be a millionaire.
You know, this is my office out here.
One of the neat things with the Heritage is it's not just a family farm. A lot of the farms are interconnected.
Everybody that's out here is part of my family.
Everybody's in this together, and we're all doing the same thing out here, trying to make it better for the next generation that comes along.
Let's give another round of applause to our session sponsor, Pacific Northwest Farmers Cooperative, for their support of our association. This next individual has spent their life dedicated to Idaho and Idaho agriculture. Representative Maxine Bell from Jerome, Idaho, serves in the House of Representatives from District 26, comprising Jerome and Minico counties. Ms. Bell worked as an active partner with her husband Jack on a family row crop farm until 1997, when the Bells retired from day-to-day operation. They are the parents of one son, Jeff, and 3 grandchildren. Representative Bell received the Friend of Agriculture Award from the Farm Bureau in 4 of her terms, Ag All-Star. From all farm organizations in the past 6 years, an FFA honorary degree in 1991. Representative Bell currently serves on the executive board of the Council of State Governments, the executive committee for CSG West, is past chairman of the Fiscal Affairs Committee, and past chairman of the Rural Development Committee for the National Conference of State Legislatures. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Bell to the stage.
Thank you so much. I was afraid he was going to read the whole darn thing. This really is a heck of a lot better than sleeping in on a Saturday morning. I couldn't believe. Thank you. Now I see there's over 1,000 of you. I wonder why I only brought remarks. I could have given you the whole load. When I speak to 70 or 60 at the State House, oh well, you'd have had to sit there because you're kind and polite, and it's raining out. Thank you again. Every time you come, we get the moisture we need. Whatever it is you're doing, last year you had God with you. Did he leave? Anyway, I am so honored to be asked back. That's unusual. Now, I kept no record of my remarks a year ago, and I was a little concerned about repeating myself, which I find is happening daily anymore. And I just heard the story of a preacher who was visiting a foreign congregation at a very cold and snowy time of the year. And the congregation was huddled in an icy building with no heat. And he started with a quip taken from the Bible: "Many are cold, but few are frozen." And the interpreter looked at him, and then he looked again, and he looked at the audience, and he said, "There is no translation for what he said. Just please laugh." You can do that. I'd be happy. I welcome you to CSI and want to share a few thoughts. We're living in a tremendous time of great growth in this state. We're losing rural people, and you know that. Houses going up every place. The good people that are moving in assume that Albertsons is the farm. The cheese on our pizzas has no connection with the view from the highway to my dairies, and a little more than view from some of my dairies. I've been in countries where the shelves were bare. I was in a country where the only English word that this lady could speak to me was Colorado potato beetle, because they were devastating their small personal plots that kept them from starving in the winter. You are food security. It is rare in 70% of the world, food security. You are leadership with skills learned how to translate into strong communities, neighborhoods, and organizations that need leadership and people who care. You're prepared to guide and conduct the business of good government. You're not just future farmers of America. You are future leaders of America. You are the future of America. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Ms. Bell, thank you for your support of Idaho FFA and your dedication to Idaho and Idaho agriculture. You are truly an inspiration.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
Please help me in welcoming another Idaho FFA talent, Rachel Mansfield and Ellie Higgins from the Meridian FFA chapter.
Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. Would you hold my hand if I saw you in heaven? Would you help me stand if I saw you in heaven? I'll find my way through night and day, 'cause I know I just can't stay here in heaven. can bring you down, time can bend your knees. Time can break your heart, have you begging please, begging please. Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I just can't stay here in heaven.
Let's thank Rachel and Ellie for sharing their talent with us. We are very fortunate to have so many people who have dedicated their lives to serving Idaho FFA in an effort to further FFA and agricultural education in Idaho.
It is always a pleasure to receive honorary members into the FFA. The purpose of this ceremony is to recognize from time to time the efforts of others made on our behalf. Madam Secretary, will you please read the section of the National Constitution which provides for honorary membership?
Honorary membership, farmers, school superintendents, principals, members of boards of education, chapter advisors, teachers, staff members in agricultural education, business people, and others who have rendered outstanding service in the FFA may be elected to honorary membership by majority vote of the members present at any regular meeting or convention.
We would now like to introduce those who are to receive this honor.
Jim Church became passionate about agriculture education as a member of the Fruitland FFA chapter. After graduation, he served as a Idaho State FFA officer 1977 through 1978. He also graduated from the University of Idaho, where he studied agricultural and extension education. He taught for 1 year at Castleford High School and then took a job as the Idaho County University of Idaho Extension Agent, where he provides educational programs for livestock producers across the 10 counties of the northern Idaho Panhandle. He specializes in beef cattle production, marketing, and management. Jim has over 30 years of experience as an extension educator for both the University of Idaho and Washington State University. He was also a contributing team member of the Keeping the Legacy Alive project for the National Farm Business Management Conference, which provides a state and succession planning resources to farmers and ranchers. Jim volunteers his time to participate on committees for both agriculture and education organizations, including Leadership Idaho Agriculture. He has also been interviewed and quoted in national-wide agricultural publications. Jim advocates for all agricultural education, but especially FFA, at both the local and state levels. He continually shines light on both the FFA and 4-H and encourages membership and participation whenever possible. He also hosts special workshops and educational events for local 4-H and FFA members and advisors. Jim has served as a judge at county fairs across the state and Pacific Northwest, where he always makes sure to give valuable, individualized attention to each exhibitor. Idaho FFA, let's thank Jim Church for his ongoing support through his work in education and his support of FFA at the local, state, and national level. Congratulations. Wendy Johnson has served as the CUNA superintendent and has worked to provide opportunities for students at the state and national FFA levels. She has been a judge for Idaho at the national speaking events. Idaho FFA, let's thank Wendy Johnson for her ongoing support through her work in education and her support of FFA at the local, state, and national level as she receives her honorary degree. Congratulations, Wendy. The late Julie Kerner served as an Idaho FFA state officer 1978 through 79. After her service as an officer, she remained involved by serving as a judge for Western Idaho District Public Speaking Contest for many years. Julie was the proud mother of 3 FFA members, 2 who have graduated and received their American FFA degrees, the highest degree an FFA member can achieve, and one of her children was a state star farmer. Her youngest child, Sam, is currently a freshman at Weiser High School. Throughout her years, she was also very active as a 4-H leader in Washington County and loyal supporter of the Washington County Fair Livestock Sale. Will you please extend your appreciation to the family of Julie Kerner as we take a moment to remember and honor Julie for her dedication to Idaho FFA. Congratulations, Kerner family. Bill Lastly is serving his second term as Power County Commissioner. He was raised in Pocatello and attended Idaho State University, where he was a member of the 1981 NCAA National Championship football team. Since college, he has worked for the Power County Sheriff Office, Power County Provision, State of Idaho Department of Juvenile Correction, and Driscoll Management Company. For the past 5 years, Mr. Lastly has been a member of the American Fall Agricultural Advisory Committee, where he has helped direct curriculum, program content, served as local CDE and LCE resource, and has been an East Magic Leadership Development Event Judge for the past 7 years. While serving as a Power County Commissioner, he has made a large number of improvements available at the county fairground, where youth from 3 counties and others from around the state compete multiple times throughout the year in various events. Through his position with the Driscolls, he is working closely with ISU, community outreach, and local FFA chapter to improve English as a second language skill in employees who possess management potential but lack the language and communication skills to advance. This is a pilot project for all involved and has gained statewide attention as a way to grow local economies and communities. Mr. Lastly and his wife of 26 years, Christy, have 2 sons, Anthony and Rylan, both whom were part of the Ag program at American Falls. For his outstanding service and support, we're pleased to present Bill Lastly with the Honorary FFA State Degree. Mark and Dee Dee Mamer are strong supporters of the agricultural programs and FFA. Both have always been willing to give a helping hand to young people. They have spent countless hours helping students haul animals to fairs, weigh-ins, clippings, and show practices. They have also housed animals and their residents so students could have an SAE project. Aside from this, both have supported students through their involvement In the FFA alumni, Dee Dee has served as both president and vice president during her time as a member of the Valley View FFA alumni chapter, which she and Mark helped start 11 years ago. During those years, Mark and Dee Dee have been vital in operating the Valley View FFA Alumni Dinner and Auction, which raised approximately $38,000 last year. This money helps FFA students with travel to state and national events, as well as providing scholarships for graduating seniors and the Washington Leadership Conference. Dee Dee has been involved as a chaperone for Valley View students while attending state events. They have 3 adult children. One has become an ag instructor who is passionately continuing to make a positive impact in kids' lives in Idaho. For outstanding service and support, we are pleased to present Mark and Dee Dee Mamer with the Honorary State FFA degree. Andrew Nilsson was born and raised in Rockland, Idaho. Many of his FFA experiences came while traveling with the neighboring American Falls chapter. After graduating, he attended Utah State University and received a Bachelor's of Science degree in agricultural education. Soon after graduating, he returned to Rockland, Idaho, and started working for the school district as the agricultural teacher. He has worked in Rockland for the entirety of his teaching career. He has spent countless hours overhauling the agricultural education program, including more than doubling FFA membership, designing new welding booths, building a greenhouse, establishing a nursery, planting a pumpkin patch and community garden, implementing new curriculum, and assisting with various community projects, including rebuilding bleachers for the football field and livestock panels for the county fairgrounds. Through the years, Mr. Nelson has competed and placed in multiple state CDs. Most recently, the range team placed 3rd in the national event. Like most ag teachers, he has served in many capacities in the tenure of teaching, including the East Magic Valley District FFA Advisor, Class Advisor, Teachers Union Representative, member of the Power County Livestock Sales Committee, and head football coach at Rockland High School. Mr. Nelson married his high school sweetheart, Kylie Perman, in 2013, and together they have a very loud toddler, Knox, who keeps them both busy. He is passionate about many hobbies, including fly tying and fishing, and is currently working on his master's degree in educational leadership. For his outstanding service and support, we are pleased to present Mr. Andrew Nelson with the Honorary State FFA degree. Julie Hankins Smith is employed with the Bureau of Land Management as a rangeland manager. She has helped sponsor and has served as superintendent for the North and South Upper Snake River Rangeland Judging Event each of the last 6 years. She has generously given her time and expertise to train rangeland teams and coaches. Please help us congratulate Julie Hankins Smith as she receives the Honorary State FFA degree. Mr. Shane Stevenson, the Idaho FFA Association is proud to present the Honorary State FFA degree. Mr. Stevenson was born and raised in Meridian, Idaho. Mr. Stevenson was actively involved in school, FFA, sports, 4-H, and anything that could be done outdoors. After high school, he attended Casper College in Wyoming, judging livestock and beginning his pathway to becoming agricultural science teacher and FFA advisor. Graduating with an associate's degree, he then attended Oregon State University, earning a master's in agricultural education in 2008. The last 10 years, he has been a successful teacher and FFA advisor for students in West Ada School District. Mr. Stevenson is to be credited for looking into the future and always has an eye to improving the program and offering opportunities to his students, leading the program with Intro to Mechanics curriculum and now exploring environmental science and fish and wildlife courses. In addition, he has served the community, serving on the Ada County Farm Bureau and Snake River Stampede Calf Scramble boards. In recent years, he became interested in team roping and working on predator conflict issues in Idaho and Oregon. For outstanding service and support, we are pleased to present Mr. Shane Stevenson with the Honorary State FFA degree. Dell Treasure has been the main lamb buyer for the lambs at the Western Idaho Fair for many years. He has been very supportive in making sure that the 100+ students receive a fair market value for their projects. This investment in our youth does not go unnoticed. Thank you, Dell, for your support of Idaho FFA members. Please congratulate Dell Treasurer as he receives his honorary state FFA degree. Trent Van Leuven. Mr. Van Leuven has taught for 5 years in Meridian and 4 years in Mackey. In 2014, he served as the IVATA Secretary and helped organize a joint conference event between Idaho and Oregon ag teachers. Mr. Van Leuven has worked with students in the Mackey FFA to organize an agricultural industry tour to the National FFA Convention, with 8 chapters from across the state participating in the last 4 years. Mr. Van Leuven also works with other advisors to develop their own school fish labs. For outstanding service and support, we are pleased to present Mr. Trent Van Leuven with the honorary state FFA degree. A Twin Falls native, Judy Woody, has been involved in agriculture her entire life. Judy was raised on a row crop and cattle operation and graduated from Filer High School and the College of Southern Idaho. She married her high school sweetheart, Brent Woody, and together they have an irrigated row crop farm north of Filer, where they grow a variety of crops and have a small cattle herd, as well as a custom farming operation. Judy and Brent have twin sons, 1 daughter, and 2 grandchildren. Judy has been actively involved in the Twin Falls County Farm Bureau for over 30 years and currently serves as the state's Women's Leadership Committee chairperson for the Idaho Farm Bureau Federation. She is also very active with Idaho Ag in the Classroom, where she has been a workshop coordinator and is serving in her 3rd term of the Idaho Ag in the Classroom Board of Directors. In addition, Judy represents the Twin Falls County Farm Bureau on the Twin Falls Area Chamber Commerce Agribusiness Committee. She has been involved with the Filer FFA alumni. Over the past 3 years, Judy has served as a co-chair for the Idaho FFA State Leadership Conference Host Committee and a member of the Idaho FFA Foundation Board of Trustees. Judy is passionate about advocating for agriculture and has been a great advocate and supporter of Idaho FFA members for many years. She has been instrumental in the success of the Friends of the Idaho FFA Banquet and is promoting FFA and agricultural education in the Magic Valley. Judy, we are proud to honor you today with the honorary state FFA degree. Mr. Dwayne Yamamoto was born in Tacoma, Washington, but then his family was relocated to Minidoka Internment Camp in 1942 during the Second World War. He graduated from Nampa High School, attended the College of Idaho, then went to work on his family's farm. He has been farming in the Kuna area for 62 years. Mr. Yamamoto and his wife of 50 years, Judy, have 3 children and 2 grandchildren. He has been an avid supporter of FFA in California and across Idaho. He has hosted the Western Regional Land Judging Event, has been a supporter of Kuna FFA for 33 years, and has been a supporter of the Canyon and Owyhee County Fairs. A leader in Idaho agriculture, a pillar of support to FFA, and this year a recipient of the Idaho Honorary FFA degree. Join me in thanking Mr. Dwayne Yamamoto.
I welcome you as friends to the FFA. It is my honor as Sentinel to extend to you the symbolic handclasp of friendship and brotherhood.
As reporter, I am pleased to inform you that the FFA is a national youth organization whose purpose is to develop agricultural leaders. Welcome to membership.
Your contributions as useful citizens in our democracy serves as an example for our members to follow. As treasurer, I welcome you into our organization.
The FFA needs recognized leaders. It is my pleasure as secretary to add your name to our roll of honorary members.
As Vice President, I welcome you to the FFA. I would inform you that our members learn to appreciate the dignity of labor. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much.
On behalf of every member, I wish to say we are proud to have you as honorary members. May this affiliation prove valuable to all. I impress upon you, we look to you for counsel and guidance. It is because of the great respect that we have for you that you have been elected to honorary membership. I now confer upon you honorary membership in the Idaho FFA Association.
We are extremely grateful for the amazing support we receive here in Idaho. The Distinguished Service Award honors organizations, agencies, businesses, or other groups who have made outstanding contributions to FFA and agricultural education. Please join me in welcoming our 2018 Distinguished Service Award recipients.
Nucor Steel. Receiving this award is Brenda Daniels. Nucor Steel has been a sponsor and contributor to many FFA chapters in Idaho by supplying steel for welding and mechanics courses. Nucor Steel has been generous in donating steel in exchange for scrap metal from chapters. We are so grateful for your time, helpfulness, and support. We honor you today with the Idaho FFA Association Distinguished Service Award. Idaho Farm Bureau Media Team. Idaho FFA is fortunate to have great support from the Idaho Farm Bureau Federation on many levels. Today, we specifically recognize the Farm Bureau Media Team for their extraordinary dedication and help. Over the years, the team of Steve Ritter, John Thompson, Jake Putnam, and now adding Sean Ellis have provided time and resources, as well as media exposure to advance Idaho FFA and agricultural education through doing radio interviews and news stories, and placing magazine content, as well as creating our tractor raffle television commercial each year. Through their cooperation, Idaho FFA has been able to better tell our story to the agricultural community and the public at no cost to us. We are so grateful for your time and helpfulness, and we honor you today with the Idaho FFA Association Distinguished Service Award. Let's get a round of applause for all of our Distinguished Service Awards.
Please join me in another round of applause for our Distinguished Award recipients.
initials carved in an old oak tree. You wait and see. Maybe I'll write like Twain wrote. Maybe I'll paint like Van Gogh. Cure the common cold. I don't know, but I'm ready to start, 'cause I know in my heart I wanna do something that matters. Say something different, something that sets the whole world on its ear. I wanna do something better with the time I've been given, and I wanna try to touch a few hearts in this life and leave nothing less than something that says I was here. I will prove you wrong. If you think I'm all talk, you're in for a shock, 'cause this dream's too strong, and before too long, maybe I'll compose symphonies. Maybe I'll fight for world peace, 'cause I know it's my destiny to leave more than a trace of myself in this place. I wanna do something that matters. Say something different, something that sets the whole world on its ear. I wanna do something better with the time I've been given, and I wanna try to touch.
Parliamentary procedure is an integral part of our organization. These green hands are laying the basic groundwork for their parliamentary procedure skills that will carry with them throughout their FFA careers.
In the 2018 Idaho FFA State Conduct of Chapter Meetings Leadership Development Events, your high chairperson is Isabella Strobel from the CUNA FFA chapter. Your top 5 teams. In 5th place, the Parma FFA chapter. In 4th place, the Preston FFA chapter. In 3rd place, the CUNA FFA chapter. In 2nd place, the American Falls FFA chapter. And your 1st place team in the 2018 Idaho FFA State Conduct of Chapter Meetings, LDE, representing Idaho at the National FFA Convention is the Rigby FFA chapter.
please join me in congratulating all of these participants. These next individuals have overcome many challenges as they have studied and perfected the skills needed to be successful in their competition. They studied everything from plants to landscape design. Please help me welcome those who excelled in the Nursery Landscape Career Development event. As a special project of the Idaho FFA Foundation, we thank Jeff Isom for sponsoring these awards.
In 7th place, from the Rigby FFA chapter, Dylan Johnson. In 6th place, from the Middleton FFA chapter, Abigail Winkle. And the top 5 individuals receiving pins. In 5th place, from the Meridian FFA chapter, Haley Buffman. In 4th place, from the Middleton FFA chapter, Alyssa Henrick. In 3rd place, from the Madison FFA chapter, Elizabeth Becraft. In 2nd place, from the Middleton FFA chapter, Tiana Montoya. And your first high individual receiving a $1,000 scholarship, from the Middleton FFA chapter, Harrison Jason Van Beek. The top 10 teams receiving power claps. In 10th place, the Kuna FFA chapter. In 9th place, the Rockland FFA chapter. In 8th place, the Notice FFA chapter. In 7th place, the Homedale FFA chapter. In 6th place, the Cambridge FFA chapter. And the top 5 teams receiving plaques. In 5th place, the Madison FFA chapter. In 4th place, the Nampa FFA chapter. In 3rd place, the Rigby FFA chapter. In 2nd place, the Meridian FFA chapter. And the first place team in the 2018 Idaho FFA State Nursery Landscape CDE, representing Idaho at the National FFA Convention, with each team member receiving a $500 scholarship, the Middleton FFA chapter.
Let's give another round of applause to all of our participants. The Ag Sales Career Development event is comprised of 4 teammates in 4 separate contest areas. Students learn to effectively sell and study products, customer relations and prospecting, as well as telephone sales skills. Please join me in welcoming those who excelled in ag sales. As a special project of the Idaho FFA Foundation, we thank Keith and Donna Hyatt for sponsoring these awards.
The individual placings for the 2018 Idaho FFA State Agricultural Sales CDE. For Sales Presentation A, and receiving a power clap in 5th place from the Burley FFA chapter, Cassie Bean. In 4th place from the Nez Perce FFA chapter, Paige Nelson. And receiving pins in 3rd place from the Payette FFA chapter, Anna Holcomb. In 2nd place, from the Middleton FFA chapter, Cassie Moody. And in 1st place, from the Preston FFA chapter, Justin Carter. For Sales Presentation B, receiving power claps, in 5th place, from the Hagerman FFA chapter, Thomas Kinder. In 4th place, from the Nampa FFA chapter, Maddie Richardson. And receiving pins in 3rd place, from the Middleton FFA chapter, Emma Winkle. In 2nd place, from the Preston FFA chapter, Lindsey Bingham. And in 1st place, from the Payette FFA chapter, Haley Husky. For telephone skills, receiving power claps. In 5th place, from the Middleton FFA chapter, Breeze Art. In 4th place, from the Nez Perce FFA chapter, Cade Zenner. And receiving pins. In 3rd place, from the Preston FFA chapter, Anna Nelson. In 2nd place, from the Aberdeen FFA chapter, Sean Phillips. And in 1st place, from the Castleford FFA chapter, Grace Lohman. For customer prospecting, receiving power claps. In 5th place, from the Middleton FFA chapter, Harrison Jansen Van Beek. In 4th place, from the Preston FFA chapter, Kyle Atkinson. And receiving pins, in 3rd place, from the Madison FFA chapter, Brett Bagley. In 2nd place, from the Castleford FFA chapter, Jamie Zimmers. And in 1st place, from the Aberdeen FFA chapter, Garrett Hennick. The top 5 teams receiving plaques. In 5th place, the Payette FFA chapter. In 4th place, the Nez Perce FFA chapter. In third place, the Madison FFA chapter. In second place, the Preston FFA chapter. And your first place team in the 2018 Idaho FFA State Agricultural Sales CDE, representing Idaho at the National FFA Convention, with each team member receiving a $1,000 scholarship, the Middleton FFA chapter.
How about another round of applause for all of our Ag Sales participants? Each year, members overcome the challenge of compiling a scrapbook of their chapters' activities throughout the year. These next individuals have taken that challenge and magnified it through their chapter scrapbook.
In the 2018 Idaho FFA State Reporter Scrapbook Career Development Event, the chapters with 50 members or more competed in the Division I category. The state-winning scrapbooks are, in third place, the Declo FFA chapter. In second place, the CUNA FFA chapter. And in first place, the Bonners Ferry FFA chapter. Chapters with 50 members or less competed in the Division II category. The state-winning scrapbooks in this division. In third place, the Castleford FFA chapter. In second place, the Highland Craigmont FFA chapter. And in first place, the Cambridge FFA chapter. Congratulations to all our Reporter Scrapbooks competitors.
Let's give another round of applause for those who completed a chapter scrapbook. The Agriscience Fair recognizes students studying the application of scientific principles and emerging technology in agriculture. These students have conducted extensive research, written a research report, created a display to present their findings, and have presented their project. Please welcome to the stage those students who excelled in the Agriscience project.
The Idaho FFA Agriscience Fair is a competition for FFA members who are interested in the science and technology of agriculture. It was held this year during SLC with some interviews occurring using researchers from the University of Idaho. To qualify for the Idaho FFA Agriscience Fair, students must be in grades 7 through 12, conduct a scientific research project pertaining to the agriculture and food science industries, and present their findings with a display and a report. Students can compete in the Agriscience Fair in one of the 6 categories: animal systems, environmental sciences and natural resource systems, food products and processing systems, plant systems, power, structural and technical systems, and social systems. Students can compete in this event as an individual or with a team. Dr. Falk from the University of Idaho organized this year's event. The judges reviewed the written reports as well as the poster displays. Let's please give all of them a round of applause for their work. Here are the results from this year's events. Please step forward as your name is called. In third place, in the Animal Systems category, Division 3, also representing North Fremont, is Ammon Nelson. In second place, in the Animal Systems category, Division 3, from the North Fremont chapter, is Stetson Potter. In first place, in the Animal Systems category, Division 3, and representing the Hagerman chapter, is Kinley Whitmarsh. Receiving silver rankings in the Animal Systems category, Division 4, from the Bonneville Technical Careers High School, Alex McMurtry and Caleb Kramer. Receiving silver ranking in the Animal System category, Division 5, from Rockland FFA, Charlie Swan. Receiving a silver ranking in the Animal Systems category, Division 6, from Bonneville Technical Careers High School, Jordan Kramer and Lillian Reed. In the Environmental and Natural Resources category, Division 5, earning second place and representing the Highland-Craigmont chapter, is Jordan Pencer. In the Environmental and Natural Resource category, Division 5, earning first place and a gold ranking from the Highland-Craigmont chapter, is Morgan Weeks. Receiving a power clap in Division 6, earning first place and a gold ranking from the Hagerman chapter, Bryce Posey and Mackenzie Whittekind. In first place in the Food Products and Systems category, Division 3, and representing the North Fremont chapter, Juliana Leon. In the Power, Structural, and Technical category, Division 3, and representing the North Fremont chapter, Cole Searle. Next, we move to the Social Systems category. In second place, in the Social Systems category division, is Drew Weaver and Megan Clancy of the Nampa chapter. In first place, in Division 6, from the Highland-Craigmont chapter, Shaylin Randall and Mulaney Hambley. All of our first place teams and individuals rated gold will represent Idaho at the national level. Please join me in congratulating all of our participants for their hard work and excellent displays.
Let's give another round of applause for these participants. These next individuals have spent numerous hours helping our state president overcome her challenges to help her excel in our organization. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Schertz and Miss Mosman to the stage.
So many of you know that I started my career at Valley View High School with this guy. And you know we love to hate each other, so if you see him sneaking up behind me with a chair, could you let me know before he hits me? Lindsey walked into my class on the very first period of my very first day of teaching. And you give the spiel about FFA and agriculture education, and she's sitting there the whole time, and she does this thing where she taps her foot really fast, just like this. And I was like, does she have to go to the bathroom? Is something wrong? Is she mad? And come to find out that that's Lindsey's nervous habit. I caught her doing it backstage this morning. And she comes up to me after class, and she says, Ms. Mossman, my name is Lindsey Stowell, and I want to be an FFA. And from there, she dove in head first. And from the very beginning, I was blown away by her authenticity and her passion for agriculture, both of which have made her an outstanding state president. And most of all, she truly has the heart of a servant leader. And that's rare to find. She's not the kind of person who's up here to build a resume or to be in the spotlight. She is here because she loves this industry, and she loves the Blue Jackets, and she loves the future of agriculture. And Mr. Schertz also wants to say some words. Lindsey's his only friend in the world, so he would like to share some things as well.
Here, let me unravel this. Well, Lindsey, it's been real. It's been 5 years, and we've had a lot of fun, and you've accomplished a lot. I'll just remember the times with dairy practice. I don't know if we ever really practiced. I think we just kind of went in and told jokes and had a lot of fun. And I think the other thing I always remember is the duck, which will just have meaning to Lindsey and a few other people. And the alfalfa tea, Lindsey, remember that. Okay. The thing I always loved about Lindsey was from the time I met her, she was an old soul, I always call her, because she just had the maturity of somebody that had been around forever when she was a freshman. And she always did the right thing. No matter what, she was never a follower. And she was always in a good mood. Except for in 2013, we had a real tragedy that hit at our school. And Lindsey and I, it took a lot of comfort. We spent probably a week comforting one another, and I was telling her, it'd get better, and you're probably wondering what it was about. Well, it was when Valley View hired Miss Mossman to be a teacher. But, the thing I really liked about Lindsey, too, is it's like I always felt like she was my greatest supporter and fan, She'd always root for me, Like, Miss Mossman always had lunch with all the kids. She was a cool teacher. I was on the other side by myself. When Miss Mossman left, Lindsey would always come in and eat lunch with me. And the other 20 kids were with the other new cool teacher.
Like I said, big heart. She felt bad.
But it's funny, though, and I just think, last night we were thinking about things to say, and Lindsey, just her personality, they're going backstage, they go, who was that crazy teacher with the chair? And Lindsey goes, that was my advisor. Like, she was proud of me, and, and I got to say, I'm proud of her. I just think that she's my president, my kid, and I always love her. She's awesome.
And so, to present her retiring address entitled Drive, we give you Lindsey Stowell of the Valley View Chapter, your Idaho State FFA President.
There's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside every darkened door where blues won't haunt you anymore, where the brave are free and lovers soar. Come ride with me to the distance.
Let me just mess around with my microphone here really quick. Restart. I cannot wait to have my own pickup and drive myself everywhere. And now that I have one, hopping into my 1996 7.3 Ford Power Stroke with my puppy Bailey is one of the best feelings. I'll roll down the windows and let her feel the wind through her fur as we cruise down the road. In fact, the first night I brought her home, she didn't want to get out. She just gives you that look like, can we please go on another ride? Well, whether you like to drive or prefer to just ride along, and whether you like Ford or Dodge or even Chevy, chances are we drive most places we go. Well, sometimes these drives are just a means of getting from point A to point B. There are a few drives that are much more meaningful. This year, my pickup allowed me to overcome the roadblocks and potholes that were along the way. But sometimes the roadblocks that we encounter aren't even in the road. Savannah and Emberly of the CUNA FFA chapter encountered some roadblocks of their own on their drive. And by roadblocks, I mean tamales on the floor and cooking up a storm. And by storm, I mean having 240 dozen orders of tamales to cook in just 2 weeks. Now, why on earth would someone want to cook that many tamales? Well, only to go to nationals in parliamentary procedure, of course. There was pork, there was chicken, and it was flying everywhere. And then the real roadblock came. Oh, Savannah, what is that smell coming from the kitchen? Fire! There's a fire on the stovetop. Smell of burnt tamales fills the room, and smoke everywhere. What, Savannah? There's a hole burnt through the bottom of this pot. And then, not 10 minutes later, Savannah gasps at the sad sight of yet another tamale down, this time on the floor. It turned out to be a dirty old sock, but they saw their roadblocks. What will your tamale be? What roadblocks will you have to pass on your drive? Savannah and Emberly used their passion for parliamentary procedure to drive them to success. They saw the roadblocks ahead. They didn't care. They just cooked some tamales and got on their way. No matter what, we need to stop focusing on the roadblocks and focus on the drive. Where are you driving? What goal are you driving towards? A few years ago, my newfound enjoyment of driving was short-lived as I sat in the pickup for the grueling 12-hour drive to Tulare, California for the World Ag Expo. I could not wait to get out of the pickup and explore the 2.6 million square feet of agricultural exhibits. And then there it was. The barn completely dedicated to dairy. I dropped everything around me, forgot about everyone, and I ran to that barn. I could not wait to tell each and every exhibitor there that one day I was going to run my own dairy and have a booth there. As my overly energetic self made my way through the barn, my mood quickly changed. Hi, my name is Lindsey. I'm from Idaho, and I'm going to run my own dairy. Ha ha. Do you know how expensive that is? Fine. Moving on. Hi, my name is Lindsey. I'm from Idaho, and I'm going to run my own dairy. This is a difficult industry to get into, you know. Whatever. Now, hoping to try just one last booth for a boost of confidence, I stopped in and shared my story once again. Hi, my name is Lindsey. I'm from Idaho, and I'm going to run my own dairy. Well, you see now, it'd be really hard for you to work cows because you're a very small girl. That was my final gut check. Completely crushed, I left the barn. I didn't want to drive my dream anymore. I just wanted to put it in park, pull the keys, and walk away. I felt like I was stuck in the bottom of a deep pothole. We all have those moments that we don't feel like it's worth it to keep driving. Have you ever put a dream of yours in park? It's difficult to deal with the roadblocks that we may encounter. But I know that I can run my own dairy because of my Grandpa Doug. He cemented his faith in me and reminded me that nobody can tell me where I can and can't drive my dream as long as I put my nose to the ground and worked. Now, my Grandpa Doug, he didn't grow up as easy as most of us. His life was a life full of roadblocks, including losing his dad when he was just 9 years old and his younger brother was 5. His mom then abandoned the two boys, and they were forced to move into the forest, then to Glens Ferry, Idaho, and then to Tennessee, and then back to Eagle, Idaho. My grandpa committed to raising his younger brother. Then in Eagle, a dairy where he had worked when he graduated from high school gifted him his first dairy heifer. My grandpa raised that heifer, and he worked so hard. He bought more and more and more cows until he opened his own successful dairy. And just when everything looked like it was going right, he decided to uproot his family and move them from Eagle, Idaho to Homedale, Idaho, where the dairy's water supply caused a 50% reduction in his milk production. But while he was in Homedale, a friend of his hand-painted a belt buckle with a picture of that first heifer with his brand included. That was a meaningful gift to my grandpa, and growing up, I remember it being a daily part of his wardrobe. One day, he called me aside and said, "I am so proud of you. And I know that one day you will run your own successful dairy." My heart was soaring when he then handed me the belt buckle. He reminded me that with passion, unwavering bravery, and dedication, I can drive my dream as far as I want. Nobody is going to tell me that I can or can't dairy because it's too hard, I'm too short, and especially not because I am a girl. Sometimes in our lives, we're just cruising down the smooth pavement, while other times we're bumping along those ditch banks, trying to avoid the potholes. Savannah and Emberly, well, they taught me that if you use your passion, you can fix the flats that you get along the way. And Grandpa Doug, well, he taught me that it is up to me to drive my dream. I almost let others' negativity stop me from driving my dream. But with a lot of encouragement, a lot of hard work, and even more tamales, I chose to keep driving. No matter what roadblocks we encounter, we must choose to keep driving. It is our decision where our drive will go. It is our decision to sit back and let things pass us by, or to choose to put it in drive. If you use your passion, your dreams can become a reality. Don't shy away from the roadblocks ahead. Pull out your map and figure it out. Don't slow down because you feel a little unsure or you're running out of gas. Fill it up and drive until you've got nothing left in the tank. Idaho FFA, buckle up, buckle down, and drive.
The chair recognizes the delegates from the Kuna and Valley View FFA chapters.
Lindsey, no words can describe how grateful I am to call you my sister. Thank you for constantly showing me how to be a strong leader and have a soft heart. I love you.
Mr. Chairman, I move to accept Lindsey Stowell's retiring address entitled Drive and commend her on a job tremendously well done.
Let the conference minutes show that Lindsey Stowell is to be commended for a job tremendously well done, and her retiring address entitled Drive was unanimously accepted. Lindsey, you are definitely our team mom. Thanks for always trying to add a little bit of organization to our chaotic lives. Thank you for always being willing to join in on a laugh attack, go on some crazy adventures, and thank you for having a heart of service and a love for the FFA. Much love, Sydney, Randy, and Austin. Idaho FFA, for the final time, your 2017-2018 State President, Lindsey Stowell.
Looks like a girl, but she's a flame. So bright she can burn your eyes. Better look the other way. You can try, but you'll never forget
think we all need a pep talk. The world needs to stop being boring. Yeah, you. Boring is easy. Everybody can be boring, but you're gooder than that. Life is not a game, people. Life isn't a cereal either. Well, it is a cereal. And if life is a game, aren't we all on the same team? I mean, really, right? I'm on your team, be on my team. This is life, people. You got air coming through your nose. You got heartbeat. That means it's time to do something. A poem. Two roads diverged in the woods, and I took the road less traveled. It hurt, man! Really bad. Rocks, thorns, and glass. My pants broke. Wah! Not cool, Robert Frost. But what if there really were two paths? I want to be the one that leads to awesome. It's like that dude Journey said, don't stop believing unless you dream stupid. Then you should get a better dream. I think that's how it goes. Get a better dream and keep going. Keep going, and keep going. Will Michael Jordan have quit? Well, he did quit. So he retired. Yeah, that's he retired. But before that, in high school, what if he had quit when he didn't make the team? He would have never made Space Jam. And I love Space Jam. What will be your Space Jam? What will you create will make the world awesome? Nothing if you keep sitting there. That's why I'm talking to you today. This is your time. This is my time. It's our time. We can make every day better for each other. If we're all on the same team, let's start acting like it. We got work to do. We can cry about it, or we can dance about it. We were made to be awesome. Let's get out there. I don't know everything. I'm just a kid. But I do know this. So everybody's doing to give the world a reason to dance. So get to it. You've just been pep talked. Create something that will make the world awesome. Play ball.
All right, well, we figured now is a good time, thanks to Total Cowboy, to hand out some more t-shirts. So who wants a t-shirt?
Dad, thank you for showing me what it means to be a good man. You always support me no matter how crazy my dreams may be. Your hard work and pep talks are much appreciated. Thank you for all you do. Mom, thank you for supporting me. Your good luck texts are always comforting amidst the chaos. Thank you for showing up at my events and giving life a little flair. Kyler, we may not always get along, but we've had some good times. You've got some great plans ahead of you, so work hard and get her done. Bella and Madison, you guys are rock stars. Thanks for being willing to help out and hang out. Your love for the gospel is amazing, and I'll never forget our adventures in 4-H. You two are driven, and I love that you already have a love for the FFA. Keep up the good work. Oh, even though we're 10 years apart, you're still my best buddy. Thanks for always being willing to make a Dutch run, watch Disney, or just hang out. Thanks for making so many awesome memories with me. To the entire Thomason crew, you guys are awesome. Thanks for always supporting me. Thomason Power Forever. Idaho FFA, please join me in congratulating my parents, Ben and Melody Thomason, as they receive their honorary state FFA degree.
Mom, thank you for being my loving best friend who is always there to cheer me on, even in my moments of pure embarrassment. I look up to you in all your kindness, patience, and attitude, and all the hardships you've sought positivity through. You are my rock and my go-to, who I can never get tired of. I can't tell you how much I appreciate all the care and support you have provided for me. Dad, thank you for being there to push me harder towards my goals and continuing to drive my passion for the things I love. Without your high expectations and hard work ethic, I wouldn't be standing here today. Thank you for gifting me with your independence, sarcasm, and service towards others. Thank you for picking this Brady Bunch up from Florida and bringing us to the Great Potato State for a journey of a lifetime. You are my biggest inspiration. Tiffany, thank you for always being a phone call away for those unforgettable conversations filled with knowledge and life lessons, and always being the sister I could be silly with. You are the crazy to my calm, and I'm the Minnie to your me, and I can't thank you enough for standing by my side in all that I do. Amber, thank you for always telling me that you hated me as a kid because it just made me love you more and more. Thank you for always taking care of me and looking out for my best interest, and always catching on to our countless inside family jokes. I am so proud of you. Taylor, you are the inspiration I always needed and have always helped to encourage me to stay true to myself and not sweat the small stuff. Even though we didn't get along when we were younger, you have made such an unforgettable impact on my life, and I am happy to say you are my best friend. Tiffany, Amber, and Taylor, thank you for being the sisters that I needed and being there in my times of doubt. I love you. Thank you both, Mom and Dad, for standing by my side in this amazing journey. I love you so much, and I will always be your little girl. Idaho FFA, please help me in congratulating my parents, Ronnie and Kelly Anderson, on their honorary state FFA degree.
Jamie and Shaylee, even though I have tried roping you more than your fair share of times and have not always been the kindest, I am truly grateful to have you as sisters. From the countless phone calls when I just needed to talk to our amazing adventures, you have always been there for me. Thank you for all you do. John and Lisa, thank you for taking me in during my darkest hour. You showed me it's okay to be myself, helped me push to succeed in all my doings. From school, FFA, work, to life in general, you have always had my back. I am so grateful to have you in my life. Mom, things have been rough between us at times. However, you have taught me so much, from patience to persistence. You have helped me become who I am today, and for that, I thank you. Dad, a young man could never ask for a better father. You have shown me the art of hard work, dedication, perseverance, and so much more. You have been the best farrier, role model, hero, father, and best friend that anyone could ever dream of having. I am thankful to call you my father. Idaho FFA, please join me in congratulating my parents, John and Lisa Clements, and Don and Cody Clements, on receiving their honorary state FFA degree.
Mom, thank you for teaching me how to laugh and be silly and laugh again. You've worked so hard to provide such a wonderful life for us 4 kids, and we love you for it. Above all, I appreciate the way you've showed me how to love Jesus and continue to grow my faith. Bub, thanks for getting into enough trouble for all 4 of us kids combined. Don't let me forget that I owe you cookies for all the times that you've worked on my pickup for free. Rude, thank you for helping me survive high school and find my way in college. I'll always be here to get stains out of your shirts. Kuya, you may be 5 inches taller than me, but you'll forever be my baby sis. I'm so proud to watch you grow up into the amazing, intelligent, strong-willed, and beautiful young woman you are. Stay out of trouble. Dad, thank you for pushing me to go the extra mile. I can't put into words how much your love and support truly means to me. You're a producer, a paramedic, a college student, a leader, a farmer, a servant, a best friend, but most importantly, my dad. Idaho FFA, please join me in congratulating my parents, Michael Stowell and Jana Stowell, on receiving their honorary state FFA degree.
Idaho FFA, please join me in thanking our parents one more time for all that they've done on our behalf.
One of the best parts of being a student-led organization is that we, as students, get to lead and make a difference in the future of FFA. Every year, 2 members from every chapter in the state have the honor to serve as delegates, to discuss, amend, and then vote on the issues presented. Would those members who served as delegates please stand and be recognized? Yesterday, at the general business session, final votes were taken on all of the delegate issues. The committee chairs of each issue will now report on the results of the voting.
My name is Blazy Gilder, Chairman for the Program of Activities Committee. The Committee for the Program of Activities entertained a motion that the Idaho FFA Association accept the presented program of activities for the current year. The committee entertained a motion to amend the program of activities by adding a Green Hand Leadership Conference at the beginning of the school year. Therefore, be it resolved that the amended program of activities be sent to the Idaho FFA Board for further analysis. On Friday, April 6, 2018, the Idaho FFA delegate body unanimously accepted the above resolution. The Committee for the Budget entertained a motion that the Idaho FFA Association accept the presented budget for the current year. The following resolution was created. Whereas the budget is complete and covers all aspects of the Idaho FFA Association. Therefore, be it resolved that the delegate body of the 87th Annual Idaho FFA State Leadership Conference accept the budget. On Friday, April 6, 2018, the Idaho FFA delegate body unanimously accepted the above resolution. Thank you.
Hello. My name is David Peck, Chairman of the Living to Serve Committee. The Committee for Living to Serve entertained ideas to be presented to the Idaho FFA Board for future community service opportunities. Some of the ideas included a cleanup Moscow event after the June CDEs, a community banquet and breakfast, state officer visits with community service events, and setting aside state funds for chapter community service. Therefore, be it resolved that the ideas for the Idaho FFA Living to Serve Committee be sent to the Idaho FFA Board for further analysis. On April 6, 2018, the Idaho FFA delegate body unanimously accepted the above resolution. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Shanice Allen, Chairman for the Constitution and Bylaws Committee. The Committee for the Constitution and Bylaws entertained a motion that the Idaho FFA Association accept the presented amendments to the Constitution and Bylaws for the current year. Whereas the delegate body accepted the 12 amendments, therefore be it resolved that the delegate body of the 87th Annual Idaho FFA State Leadership Conference accept the presented amendments to the Constitution and Bylaws. On Friday, April 6, 2018, the Idaho FFA delegate body unanimously accepted the above resolution. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Shauna Stiver, Chairman for the Idaho FFA Summer Outdoor Leadership Retreat Committee. The Summer Outdoor Leadership Retreat Committee entertained a motion to adopt a theme for the retreat. The following resolution was created, whereas the first theme would be impact. On Friday, April 6, 2018, the Idaho FFA delegate body unanimously accepted the above resolution. Thank you.
Delegate committee chairs, thank you for making a difference in the future of Idaho FFA and for helping us with this process.
Isn't it, Austin?
Yup. Man, we made it. We overcame SLC.
Yes, we did. It was so great to hang out with all those FFA members who were here this week.
Yes, it was. It was so great to see them overcome obstacles to be here, like dealing with their crazy advisors, overcoming the stress of competition, and making the drive.
Wow, that is a lot, but we overcame a lot too. We gave our retiring addresses and recognized so many of our amazing sponsors for all they do on our behalf.
We do have some pretty great supporters.
What are you going to do next?
I'm feeling like it's time for a lot of sleep.
And I couldn't agree more. We've had such a productive year. From state CDs in June to chapter visits last fall, we have met and visited so many amazing members in our organization.
Like Ben Waldron from the LDE FFA chapter, whose hard work and dedication for the FFA is amazing.
Or Shanice Allen from the American Falls chapter, whose amazing attitude brightens the room.
Another member that truly made an impact on me and the FFA this year was Mackenzie Whittakin from the Hagerman FFA chapter. She has an undying love for the FFA, is always willing to lend a helping hand, and never lets the fear of public speaking hold her back.
We really do have some great members in our organization, but along with these members come some truly outstanding chapters. I have been impacted by so many chapters this year.
You know, Randy, one chapter that really stands out to me is the Bonners Ferry chapter. They do such a great job with chapter development and are always willing to make the drive, no matter how long it may be.
One that made an impact on me was the Wilder FFA chapter. From chapter visits last fall to Ag Days at the university, they have always been very energetic and passionate about agriculture and the FFA.
Randy, it looks like they're already starting to clean up. We better get out of here.
Hey, Austin, I think we forgot something. There's still members in the audience.
That's right.
Closing ceremonies.
We are about to adjourn this,
the final session of the 87th Annual Idaho FFA State Leadership Conference. Yes, Austin, this is a part of closing ceremonies.
One second.
I got places
We
to be.
forgot officer elections. Officer elections.
That's right, new officer elections. Over the last 3 days, state officer candidates from around the state have been interviewed, tested, and selected by the nominating committee. This committee, composed of 10 FFA members and 3 adults, has not only sacrificed their time and energy, but also their entire state leadership conference experience to ensure that our state association will be led by the right individuals in the upcoming year. I would now like to welcome Mr. Dahl, the nominating committee student chair, to introduce the members of the nominating committee.
We, the FFA members on the nominating committee, would like to recognize the adults serving with us: Jennifer Hansen, Stephen Parrott, and Lance Zollinger. The committee's work was coordinated by none other than Ma B or Lorraine Neal, with Jamie Little serving as the committee's assistant. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. We, the nominating committee, have given careful consideration and deliberation to the applicants running for state office. The committee nominates the following slate of candidates to the delegates of the 87th Idaho FFA State Leadership Conference to serve as state FFA officers for the year 2018 to 2019. Those officers are the State Sentinel from the New Plymouth chapter, Caleb Johnston. Your 2018-2019 state reporter. From CUNA, Savannah Strobel. Your state treasurer. From Burley, Melanie Searle. The 2018-2019 State Secretary, from Filer, Allison King. And it's my pleasure to announce the State Vice President, from Middleton, Harrison Jansen Van Veen. And lastly, your 2018-2019 State President. Representing the great state of Idaho, from Shelley, Sadie Longhurst. Madam President, I move that the nominating committee report be accepted as read.
There is an implied second. All those in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2018-2019 Idaho FFA State Officer Team.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. Ooh, it's something magical. It's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on. I don't need no reason, don't be control. I fly so high, no ceiling when I'm in my zone. Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop, stop, stop. Under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. Stop the feeling, yeah. So keep dancing. Oh, yeah, yeah. I can't stop the. 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 Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving.
Sadie, as president-elect, you have been selected by your fellow members to lead our association in the coming year. You are therefore responsible for guiding our association in all its worthy undertakings. May you work seriously and intelligently to fulfill the duties of your office.
Lindsey, thank you for tackling me at Culver's when I get into town. I am so grateful that I get to take over your office, and I thank you for your service.
Harrison, as Vice President-elect, your record of accomplishments indicates you have those qualities of leadership which we should all be working effectively.
Randy, thanks for being the example for all of us to follow, that we all can follow our dreams. And I want to commend you and thank you for your service as an extraordinary state officer for Idaho FFA.
Allison, as Secretary-elect, you have been chosen to keep accurate minutes of our meetings and carry on the association correspondence.
You should provide the association with the order of business and committee assignments for each meeting. You should also keep a list of members, a record of degrees awarded, and have custody of the Constitution and bylaws. Congratulations.
Sydney, thank you so much for being an inspiration to not only me, but all of Idaho FFA. You're truly one of the reasons why I'm here today, and I would like to thank you for your service, and I'm pleased to give you your retiring state officer pin.
Melanie, as treasurer-elect, you have been placed in a position of trust. Your duties require you to keep an accurate record of receipts and disbursements and to provide regular financial reports. It is also your responsibility to assist in developing the association budget and to maintain sound financial practices.
Austin, thank you for your year of dedicated service to the Idaho FFA Association. On behalf of the entire association, I would like to thank you and present you with your retiring officer pin.
Savannah, as reporter-elect, it is your duty to inform the public of all things FFA. You work closely with the news media on both the state and national publications. It is also your responsibility to keep record of photographs and articles and compile FFA history. Congratulations. And Caleb, as Sentinel-elect, it is your duties to welcome our friends, care for the meeting room and FFA equipment, as well as providing for the comfort of our members and guests. It is also your responsibility to assist in conducting meetings and ceremonies. Congratulations.
It is an honor to serve as an officer in the FFA. Though you may encounter difficult problems through your year, with cooperation, hard work, and dedication, you will succeed and the FFA will prosper. Seek harmony among your fellow officers and work hard to uphold the duties of your office. If you choose to accept your responsibilities as this office, please say we do. We do. I now declare you duly and properly installed as the office that you were elected to. May you work through this year seriously and intelligently and work to uphold the ideals of the Idaho FFA Association.
You never forget one of your biggest moments at SLC. For me, that moment was winning horse judging with my team after 4 years of hard work.
At State Leadership Conference, one of my favorite things to do is going to pre-session. I always love learning the dances from the visiting state officers and just getting really pumped up for session.
Hey Hagerman FFA, that was some good barbecuing. You know what I'm talking about.
The Blue Jacket means to me that we come together for leadership and agriculture.
Weezer, it was great to be back at my home chapter. Breakfast is always great at home.
Hey Richfield FFA, I had a blast coming to visit your chapter. Thank you so much for having me.
With this jacket on, I can overcome the impossible.
Kimberly, thanks for having me at your Green Hand banquet. It was awesome to see all you guys paint your hands. I wanted to see that forever, and I got to see it with you.
The blue jacket means to me something that I am completely invincible with. It's something that when I zip up, I can do anything with. Even though it has my name and my chapter, it doesn't tell me who I need to be or where I need to be going. It's something that has been a backbone for my entire high school career, now my college career, and something that will always carry with me for the rest of my life.
Hey Bonus Fairy, thanks for allowing me to come up to your chapter and go sledding with you. I've never been pulled behind a horse while sledding, but that was pretty awesome. Overcome these stairs.
Overcome these shoes. Overcome judgments. There is nobody better at being you than you. Overcome these nylons. I can't pull them. These ones are too tight.
Overcome your limitations. Look past those obstacles and focus on your dreams.
And these ones too.
Overcome the impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible.
Overcome these nylons too.
This week, I want to overcome my fears.
Overcome self-doubt.
Overcome ignorance.
Overcome thoughts.
Overcome setbacks.
Overcome anxiety.
Overcome doubt.
I've been reading books of old, the legends and the myths, Achilles and his gold, Hercules and his gifts, and Spider-Man's control, and Batman with his fist. And clearly I don't see myself upon that list. But she said, where'd you wanna go? How much you wanna risk? I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss, just something I can turn to, somebody I can kiss. I want something just like this. Oh, I want something just like this.
Move your body. There's not even any music here.
Just like the legends and the myths, the testaments they told, the moon and its eclipse, and Superman unrolls the suit before he lives. But I'm not the kind of person that it fits. She said, where'd you wanna go? How much you wanna risk? I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss, just something I can turn to, somebody I can miss. I want something just like
In the words of my favorite doctor, Dr. Seuss, today you are you, and that's truer than true. No one alive is youer than you. Idaho FFA, you've got this.
Just have a positive attitude because the outcomes will show. Don't be afraid to make mistakes because that's when you'll grow. Thank you is not enough for what you have given me, and because of that I have confidence, and I am forever grateful. Idaho FFA, continue to go out into the world, find what you are grateful for, and continue to gain that confidence.
To me, means coming through those hard times and pushing through even when it feels like we can't go anymore. If we overcome those obstacles of life, we will find so much more happiness and light in our life and be able to impact the world.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank me? Thank you.
Idaho FFA, thank you.
Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
I have the following announcements. Please be careful as you travel home to present a positive FFA image. Please help us in cleaning up the auditorium as you leave. We'd like to thank the Meridian FFA chapter who is helping take down and pick up the stage and equipment. We welcome any other chapters who would like to stay and assist.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this meeting? We are about to adjourn this, the final session of the 87th Annual Idaho FFA State Leadership Conference. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, please join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare this session adjourned.